4 months ago, I started an online project with the goal of turning it into a six-figure income within 1 year. I wanted to prove that it's possible to make life-changing money online as a beginner on Etsy with digital downloads. Not with hundreds of low-effort AI-generated images, but with high-quality products that take time and effort to craft. Those products are website templates. And in this video, I'm gonna show you my progress so far, how much money I made selling websites in 4 months, the ups and downs, and the reality of selling digital products on Etsy. I fully disclose the name of my shop, take you deep into my analytics, and really break down each month so you can exactly see how it all looks like for a new seller on this platform. But first, the intro. This whole idea came to me when I needed an update for my wedding photography website. I didn't have the time to give it a facelift myself, even though I knew how, and I certainly didn't have the money to pay thousands of dollars to professional web developers to do it for me. Thankfully, there was a middle ground. Squarespace, Wix, WordPress, Webflow, just a few of the many tools you can use to build a website quickly without touching a single line of code. Thing is, the templates you start out with are mostly generic and boring. Just take a look at a few of these and tell me how many times you've seen them over and over again. Since I'm hypercritical of anything related to branding and design, I for one didn't want my website to be a carbon copy of everything else on the internet. And thankfully, many people think the same way. I came across this shop on Etsy selling ready-made website templates that actually looked incredible. They were tailored to a specific audience, in this case photographers. They had modern graphics, fonts, and stunning images. So I did a bit of digging. Turns out that there is a market for these products because this shop was making more than $7,000 per month selling websites like these. So I bought one of their templates and used it to give my own website a refresh. By doing that, I learned to use the platform the template was designed in, which is called Showit. It's basically like Squarespace and Wix, but with way more freedom and customizability. So my plan was to make and sell website templates designed in Showit, along with a couple of small marketing templates designed in Canva. So how did I do so far? I started the shop on January 15th and my account was immediately suspended. If you've tried to sell anything on Etsy before, you know they suspend accounts left and right without any notice or explanation given. So I appealed the suspension and it took 1 entire month to get my account back. I used that time to work on 2 website templates and 2 bundles of Instagram stories in Canva. In the meantime, Etsy reactivated my shop on February 13th. Again, no email, no communication, I just went to check the shop one day and I no longer had the suspended account message. Great service. So I uploaded everything to Etsy on February 14th, and usually nothing would happen from adding just 4 listings. But I asked some of my friends in the industry if they wanted to buy the Instagram stories. I offered to give them a full refund in case they didn't like them. 3 of them actually bought them and said, yeah, I could totally use this for my Instagram page. So I made $35 revenue in February. After deducting Etsy's fees, I was left with a net profit of $12.18. But I also pay subscriptions, $24 a month for making the websites and $15 for Canva Pro. So my total net profit for February was negative $26.80. But I did receive 3 reviews from my friends, so not a total failure in the end. March was an entirely different story. I dropped my prices way below my competitors, charging $120 for a website versus the $200 to $300 range that other shops were selling at. So I sold one on March 2nd and immediately another one on March 3rd, and then another one on March 8th, another one on March 13th, and the last one on March 17th, bringing my revenue for the month to $607. 6-figure income within 1 year. If we deduct all the fees and subscriptions, in March I made a net profit of $447.50. All of this despite no new listings.
Nice.
And another thing, all orders came for one single website, which was this one right here. And general advice for selling is to double down on what works and make as much similar content as you can, which I didn't do. In April, I made a very different website, more colorful, flashy, and tailored to a completely different type of audience. Uploaded that and crickets. April was a big fat zero revenue type of month. and I can't blame anybody but myself. I made just one website, no other new listings, and I didn't double down on what worked. So net profit for April after deducting all fees, negative $67. The turnaround came in May while I was working on a new website. I went aggressive, ran Etsy ads for 4 listings, ran a discount for bundles, and also added a few pricing guides and a few business cards. First order came on May 5th for the same best-selling website as before, but the really big one came on May 17th. Someone bought a website, the corresponding Instagram stories, and the corresponding pricing guide I just uploaded. Now money-wise, this wasn't much because I ran a big discount. Basically, they got the entire bundle for $109. But I didn't care, I just wanted to get some volume and traction for May. I ended up closing the month with another website purchase on May 24th, leaving us with a revenue of $423.40. The net profit was around $291 for the month. So more than April, but less than March.
Not great, not terrible.
Since my shop was gaining traction, fulfilling orders, getting reviews, and replying to messages, I got the Star Seller badge in June, which brands your shop as high quality with rave reviews and speedy message replies. Did that give a huge boost to my shop? No. June was a mediocre month. I raised my prices to a similar level of that of my competitors, and that just tanked orders. I made just one website sale for $265. Net profit for June, $155. But I did finish another website similar to my bestseller one that gave me hope for the next month. However, my hopes quickly took a turn. I lost the Star Seller badge for July because nobody left a review and I had no messages to reply to. All of this despite hitting the monthly sales target set by Etsy. Now, since August isn't finished yet, I'm just gonna combine the month of July and the first half of August. And this period was the best I've had since I opened the shop. Partly because the new website was well received, I ended up selling it 3 times within this period. I also increased the ad budget from $1 a day to $3 and ran a 20% discount as a summer sale. This brought my revenue for this period to $810, which in net profit means almost $608. So in total, for 4 months, my shop had generated over $2,100 in revenue, which in net profit means $1,500. This, as you can probably tell, is very far away from my plan to 6 figures. To be completely honest, I haven't put in nearly the amount of effort I planned in the beginning. With just 10 listings added in 4 months, I can't really be hoping for a lot more. But I feel like doing it this way is actually more realistic. People who start a side hustle on this platform won't have an endless amount of time and energy to dedicate to it next to a family, a full-time job, or maybe even a business. To be able to do this sustainably over the long run, you can only do baby steps. Which brings me to the issues I have with Etsy. It's a really great platform for creatives to sell their products, 100%. It puts you in front of millions of potential customers. You can get started for as little as 20 cents, but it's not without its flaws. And I'm not gonna do a deep dive right now into all of its problems, but the 2 issues I wanna highlight are volume and frequency. To become successful on Etsy organically, you have to upload hundreds, if not thousands of listings consistently for the algorithm to start showing your listings to potential customers. And while this is certainly doable, although still time consuming with low quality print on demand and AI generated products, it's simply not sustainable with websites. Don't get me wrong, I can make a website in 2 hours, but it wouldn't look that great. I spend at least 3 days making a good website. That includes the research that goes into what types of designs sell right now and perfecting every page of that website so I can make it as unique as possible. All that being said, I simply can't upload at the volume and frequency that Etsy expects me to. And this expectation is really plastered all over the platform. Take the Star Seller badge as an example. If I make a single sale in a month, I can meet the sales target required for the badge. But if I don't receive a review or at least one message that I can reply to within 48 hours, doesn't matter how many sales I made, I don't receive the badge. And I need to meet these requirements every single month. Now, in my opinion, this is a really dumb feature. It means that I practically need to beg clients to leave a review after every single purchase, which if you've done any kind of business, you know it isn't realistic. and I also have to encourage them to write me a message that I can then reply to just to get the badge for that month. So while I did get the Star Seller badge in June, I lost it for July and August, even though I still kept hitting that monthly sales target that Etsy sets out. I'd much rather prefer if Etsy sets some flat requirements for a shop. Let's say I need at least 10 reviews in total and an average of 4.8 stars, and then have to meet the monthly sales target. It's a much more achievable and realistic milestone in my opinion. With that being said, I do want to emphasize that the alternative to Etsy is a more difficult path. I'd have to create a Shopify store, a social media page, run targeted ads through Facebook and Google Ads. But ultimately, I'd be in full control of my own operations, and I like that idea, maybe further down the line. So what's next? I will keep doing this as long as I can, but I won't be dedicating 100% of my focus to this project just yet. I have a wedding photography business in Dubai with the season starting in October. I'm also trying to grow this YouTube channel and a couple of other projects on the side as well. But I'm not giving up because I thoroughly enjoy designing websites. It's a guilty pleasure, so to speak, and if I can monetize it, then all the better. I hope this journey gave you a decent idea of what it's like to sell on Etsy. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Would really appreciate it if you subscribed. It really helps a small channel like mine a lot. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.